we're back for math. I hope you enjoyed your story this morning. I really enjoyed reading it to you. If you had a snack, then it's time to get our brains ready for math. Now in math today, what we're going to be doing is some problem solving. Oh yeah, take out your problem solving muscles because we are so smart. We have so many tools as mathematicians that we can solve any problems. But first, we have to remind ourselves of how to solve those problems. So before I introduce you to the way we're going to solve our problems today, I want to warm up our brains with some mental math, okay? Now remember yesterday we were doing 3 addend math sentences. And you were able to create those by taking 2 addends and making 10, or taking 2 addends and finding a doubles, right? So I'm going to give you some mental math, and they will have to do with having 10 or with finding a double. Okay, you ready? Okay, tell me what's 7 plus 3? 10. You got it. Okay, what is 6 plus 4? 10 again. You got it. Okay, how about 5 plus 5? 10 again. You got it. So those were all ways we can make 10. What was that other strategy? Think about it. What is 7 plus 3 plus 4? Well, I know 7 plus 3 is 10, and 4 more would make 14. Or 7 plus 3 plus 4. I know 3 plus 4 equals 7. And 7 plus 7 is one of my doubles. 7 plus 7 equals 14. Let's lean. All right, let's try a few more. What is 6 plus 4 plus 5? Remember, take 2 of those addends and make 10. 6 plus 4 is 10, and 5 more makes 15. Easy peasy, first graders. You are so smart. I know you got this. One more. What is 5 plus 5 plus 9? Well, 5 plus 5 is, and 9 more equals 19. All right, first graders, kiss that brain of yours. Good job on that mental math warm up. Now today we're going to be problem solving. So in order to solve a problem, first we have to figure out what that problem is. And how are we going to figure that out? Well, of course, by reading the problem. So first thing we have to do, number 1, we have to read what the problem is. And as we're reading that problem, we have to make a plan. So that means I have to think about what I'm reading. That means if I'm reading my problem and it says in all, or if it says together, that's telling me what it wants me to do. So after I'm done reading, I might even go back and reread and make a plan. After I'm done making a plan, I'm going to put my plan in action, and I'm going to write it. That's number 3. I'm going to write my plan. If I read a question that said, Thomas had 5 crayons and Jack had 6 more. How many do they have together? So 5 and 6 more. How many do they have together? That means I have to plan out that I'm going to make an addition sentence, right? And then I would write that addition sentence. It'd be 5 plus 6 equals, well, the last part of my problem solving abilities is to solve. Now, sometimes I might solve using mental math. Other times I might use counters and 10 frames. Other times I might use snap cubes. You have so many tools, right? There are so many different ways that we can solve. You can draw pictures. There are so many things you can do. So today you guys are going to draw pictures, or you can use 10 frames and counters, okay? I'm going to use our 10 frames and counters to show you, but when you're doing your math, you can do it any way you want to. And the reason we solve is so that we can be sure we did it right. This is how we build our number sense, right? By solving it, we make sure that we know what those numbers are saying. Okay, if you didn't take your book out yet, take out your book and open it up to page 319, 319. And I'm going to do some of these with you, okay? So On the first page, we want to read. You'll see if you follow from the top down. The first part of our plan, we have to read. And what we want to read is that Peter has 7 rabbits. If you're highlighting, it might help you to make, or if you have a highlighter, you might want to take your highlighter and circle the number 7. You say, well, while I'm reading, I know that that's an important thing that I'm going to have to remember. Peter has 7 rabbits. Jay has 8 rabbits. Oh, 8 is going to be important also. How many rabbits are there in all? So I'm making my plan. While I was reading, I know that 7 was important. I know that 8's important. What else is important while we were reading so we know what to plan? In the last sentence, how many rabbits are there in all? That's telling us what? That we need to write an addition sentence. So we're writing 7 plus 8 equals what? What is the sum? So we have a to add-end number sentence. Easy peasy for you guys, right? So we know Peter has 7. I wrote it. So now I'm going to solve it, and I'm going to use my 10 frames to help me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, this is showing me 7 plus 8 equals what? I don't know. Now, what I want to show you guys is there are 2 ways, right? The 2 ways that we've been practicing by decomposing a number and making 10 and then adding the remainder, or by finding a doubles fact. Now, 7 plus 8. Well, I know 8 is 1 more than 7. And if I know that, then I know that 7 plus 7 is our doubles fact. 7 plus 7 equals 14. Let's lean. And then I have 1 more, right? That's the same. 7 plus 7, and then I have my extra. So if 7 plus 7 equals 14, right, I can decompose this so that I have 7 plus 7 plus 1. And I know that 7 plus 7 equals 14. Plus 1 more equals 15. Absolutely. Now that was doing it by my doubles. I can also solve this by making 10. I can decompose. How about I decompose 8? I know that 7 plus what equals 10. I'm going to borrow some from the 8. 1, 2, 3. So my 7 is dropping down. 7 stays the same. I'm decomposing 8 into 3 plus what? Plus 5. And I know that 7 plus 3 equals 10. And 10 plus 5 equals 15. So either way, by either one of our methods to solving this problem, by using our doubles facts, by making 10, either one is going to give us the same answer because they're just different ways of moving around the same numbers, okay? So when we're solving problems, first we have to read, then we have to plan by using what we read, then we have to write the problem, then we have to solve. Now it's important for us to use our counters or a tool that we have in order to solve. That way we can go back and check. All right? Okay. In your books, you may turn the page. Let's do this page together, all right? Okay. Number 1. The first thing we're going to do is what? The first thing we're going to do is read. Absolutely. So, let's read. There are 5 brown kittens. You might want to circle that 5. We can tell that's going to be important. There are 6 black kittens. Circle that 6. We know it's going to be important. How many kittens are there in all? Circle in all. Also, that's telling us what we need to do. So I hear 5 and 6. How many in all? What type of problem are we solving? An addition problem. That's right. And there are how many add-ends? 5 and 6 in all. It's a to add-end addition sentence. We do not know what the sum is. That's what we're going to find out. So look, we read, we planned, we wrote. You guys are so used to doing this. This is just kind of slowing it down and taking notice of all of the things that you already do, right? This way when you read bigger, longer problems, you know what to do. So we already read. We already planned. We already wrote. What's our last step? We have to solve. So 5, I already have my 5 here, plus 6 equals what? Well, there are 2 ways I can solve this. I know that 5 plus 5 is 10. And I know that 6 is only 1 more than 5. So if I borrowed this, right? 5 plus 5 is 10. I can decompose this 6 into 5 plus 1. And I can do 5 and 5 as my doubles fact, or 5 and 5 as making 10, because 5 and 5 is a wondrous number. It's a doubles fact, and it makes 10. We love that. So 5 plus 5 makes 10, plus 1 more equals 11. And I have proof because I solved with my pictures, my counters, and my 10 frames, right? We always want to solve and make sure that we are right. Guys, that one was easy. Let's go to number 2. The first thing we are going to do is what? We are going to read the problem. That way, we know what to do. Don't know what to do if we don't read it. Okay, number 2. Jeff needs 7 tickets for the boat ride. Circle 7. That's going to be important. He needs 1 more ticket for the slide than the boat ride. How many tickets does Jeff need to go on both? Well, what do we have to do here? This is a little bit more planning than the last one. First, we know that Jeff has 7. So let's show ourselves that. There's 7. Sorry. Yes, there's 7. And he needs 1 more ticket for the slide than the boat ride. So what's 1 more than 7? 1 more than 7 would be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many tickets does Jeff need to go on both? Oh, I know what they're asking. So we had to take 7 because that's what he needed for the boat ride. 7 is for the boat ride. The slide ride is 8, and we need to figure out how many tickets if he wants to go on both rides. Guys, we planned. That was a hard one, but we made the plan. So now we have to write it. So our math sentence is going to be 7 plus 8 equals what? Well, there are 2 ways we can do this. We can use our doubles facts to help us, or we can decompose one of these numbers and make 10. 8 is only 1 more than 7, and we know that because that's what we read in our problem, right? We know 7. He needed 1 more. So if 8 is only 1 more than 7, that means our sum is only going to be 1 more than our 7's doubles. Our 7's doubles is 7 plus 7 equals 14. Let's lean. So 7 plus 7 equals 14. I decomposed 8 to give me 7 plus 1 because I knew 7 plus 7 equals 14. So now I still need to add this last one. 14 plus 1 equals 15. And I can look at my picture and I can go back and check. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Absolutely. Now I use my doubles fact because I want to get stronger in my doubles facts, but could I have also done this by making 10? Absolutely. I know that 7 plus what equals 10? 3. So I can borrow these 3 from number 8 because I know that 8 can be decomposed into 3 plus 5. So then 7 plus 3 makes 10, and 10 plus 5 equals 15. Same as our doubles, 7 plus 7 equals 14, and one more. Whew! So we read the problem. That was a hard one. We planned. We wrote it out, and then we solved. And we even solved it in 2 different ways. It's good to practice that, solving with your doubles facts and solving by making 10. Make our number sense grow into the amazing mathematicians that you are. Okay, let's do number 3. And then I'm going to talk to you about the write about it. Okay, the first thing we need to do is read the problem, absolutely. So, Fran draws 9 squares. Circle that 9, that's going to be important. She draws some hearts. Circle some hearts. We don't know how many hearts. I don't know how we're going to plan this. She draws 14 shapes in all. How many hearts does Fran draw? This is a different type of problem. We have to find a missing piece from the number sentence. Fran draws 9 squares. We don't know how many hearts she draws. We have a missing add end. But we know that altogether, she makes 14 shapes. Now, your book actually did this the opposite way. It doesn't matter, right? They wrote it this way. 14 equals 9 plus, we don't know. But either way, that equal sign is just showing us that both sides of the equation are the same. It doesn't make a difference, but I want to do it the way your book is showing you. So we're starting with 14. And we're going to decompose 14 into 9 and another number. How can we do this? Well, let's start. Let's fill our 10 frames. Let's make it into 14. I'm going to fill this one. That's 10, and 4 more is going to give me 14. Okay, now I'm going to turn my counters over so that I know 9 of them are squares. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that leaves me with how many red? I'm going to borrow this one so that I see my 2 add-ends. My first add-end is 9. My second add-end is 5. Guys, did we just solve that? We just solved that. 9 plus 5 equals 14. Wow, wow, wow. And do you know how we did that? We took 14 and we decomposed it into 2 different numbers. We started with 14 and we broke it apart, right? We started with 10 and 4 because we know 10 and 4 makes 14. And then we just adjusted so that it could be 9 and another number. Wow, first graders, you are so, so smart. That was a challenge, but we read, we made a plan, we wrote it out, and then we solved it. Sometimes you have to go slow and take your time and really figure out what the plan is. But you have all the tools and you are very capable. Let's do write about it together. How does making a plan help you solve a problem? So when I find the numbers I have to use, right, when we're reading the questions and I tell you, oh, well, circle that, we know that that's going to be important. So first, if you circle and find the numbers, like in the last one, Fran draws 9 squares, and we don't know how many hearts, but we know they end in 14. By listening to the numbers and listening to those clue words, in all, some, how many, by listening to those words and really reading closely, sometimes you have to reread it again. You say, Okay, well, I think I know what they meant. But by paying attention to what those numbers are, what those clue math words are, helps me create that plan. Right? It's not always easy, but if you slow down, you know how to do it. You are amazing. All right, first graders, I'm going to start you off on the next page because this is a practice one together. And then you're going to do 322 and then the homework page for me, okay? So, let's see. This practice page is telling us that first we need to read. Next we need to plan. Then we want to write. Then we're going to, in their book it says check, but we're going to solve. And solve and check, we're doing the same thing. With our pictures, we're able to solve. And because we have the pictures there, we're checking our work, right? We're checking that it's done. Oh, is that the one I did for you with you guys before? Oh, it is. It's the same one. All right, boys. You're amazing. We did this one. Peter has 7 rabbits and Jay has 8 rabbits. So we talked about how you can make 10 to do it together or how you can use a doubles strategy. Okay, now pay attention to the words. There might be some missing add-ins. So pay attention to what the numbers are. Circle them. Find out what is missing and what you need to do. You know how to do this. You know how to read. You know how to plan. You know how to write. And you know how to solve. Use your 10 frames and your counters. They will help you. You are so great at using them. All right, first graders, kiss your brain and good luck in math. See you later.